time, we have been waiting for a new Fight Night. The last Fight Night game came out 2 generations ago, and we still don't seem to have anything. Maybe some will blame UFC, but regardless, with the new technology and resources that we have nowadays, this is the best time for Fight Night to come back. EA Sports did a great job with this franchise, but now it is time to turn back the clock. So now I'm going to focus on some of the things Fight Night needs, and things that we want. Whether it is the UFC games or the boxing games, it is not hard to tell that the movement isn't where it should be for EA. For the next Fight Night, not only would more realistic footwork be needed, but more important, signature footwork for boxers. Like for example Lomachenko, but also most recently Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. Two boxers that move completely different, and their movement changes as the rounds go on. So signature footwork for boxers that realistically changes as they get more tired, and also the ability to slow down your opponent's footwork with body shots, just like in real life. This aspect digs in deeper on the styles, but now their punches and blocking techniques. If I'm using a defensive boxer like Devin Haney, I expect maybe less powerful punches but great blocking and head movement. And the opposite goes for an offensive boxer, but obviously we would have more than 2 styles. There will be many different punching and blocking styles depending on the fighter you choose and the fighter you create.
Measured, calculated, utilizing the jab, and went to the body with the right hand.
As far as the knockouts go, Fight Night Champion did a respectable job, but the technology nowadays is more advanced. The way the fighter goes down should depend on the impact of the shot, the stamina bar, and also how hurt you were previous to the punch. The knockout punch should also make full impact, because I've noticed that on Fight Night sometimes punches miss on the replay. We actually want to see the punch land with force if it's gonna cause a knockout.
To the MGM Grand here on
the audience on Fight Night has always been a weak point. They just don't have the energy they should. For the next Fight Night, not only should the knockouts receive a high adrenaline scream by fans, but also we should see people standing up and jumping in excitement, like we've seen in the bigger UFC or boxing fights. It just adds a lot more immersion and a lot more realism. Fight Night has always lacked impact on the hits. When you land a good shot, it really doesn't feel as it should. For the next game, we should be getting more feedback when we land on our opponent, and that changes depending on how clean you land and how much power you use. If I land a clean power punch, I should also feel the power through the controller, since nowadays controllers have HD rumble. It is the best time for something like this to evolve. One of the main reasons we love to play is to choose our favorite boxers, from heavyweight all the way down to bantamweight. Fight Night Round 5 should also bring new unknown faces, as well as popular boxers that weren't a part of the last game. Retired boxers like Mayweather, Klitschko, George Foreman, Ali, and obviously many more should come back this generation. Unlockable characters should also be added, preferentially UFC fighters that have boxed. Conor, Anderson Silva, Jose Aldo, Jeremy Stevens, MVP, Woodley, Ben Askren, and just other different fighters that we've seen in the boxing ring before. And that's honestly all I chose to bring today. There are many more features and additions that should come, but I just wanted to showcase a couple of ideas. All we can really do at this point is just wait and see when EA is going to give us this release. We have been waiting a long time for Fight Night, and it looks like it's possible, it really does. UFC 5 is coming, but let's not lose hope now.